Guys, Linda here. Welcome back to my channel. If you just see me for the first time, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Linda and I'm filming this video from Lagos, Nigeria. So in this video, guys, I want to share with you a personal experience on what it's like to wait on God for his promise on your life, and even for your own personal desire. I'm just gonna walk you guys through a bit of my background so you get to understand why this was actually a big deal for me. So if you guys know the situation in Nigeria, if you don't know someone or you're not overtly smart, it's more like you can't actually get a very good job. So it's a case of, most times, for you to grow in your career or even your professional life, whatever the case may be, it takes you knowing your onions really well, and it takes you having good mentors, people who already have the experience of what it's like to start a career, people who are experienced, and them guiding you. You need mentors. I think let me just say, for you to really succeed in life, you need to have good mentors, people who know what it's like to have a career. When you have people like that to be able to guide you on, okay, well, look at the course you should be looking at doing, and this is how you progress, and this is how you get better opportunities even while you start your career at the entry level stage. So guys, for me, I never had that. I was just, my first interview, I remember the first interview I had was it the first interview? I think it was in a microfinance bank. And when they asked me, tell me about yourself, and I was telling them things like, oh, I like to watch movies, I like traveling, all those things that they ask you in secondary school, like, oh, what are your secondary school or primary school, they ask you, what are your hobbies? And you start to say you like traveling, you like reading, you like singing, not knowing that when in a professional setting, when they ask you, tell me about yourself, they want to know about your academic background, and even your previous work experiences and things you're trying to support others and whatever. Those are the questions. Those are actually what they are trying to get out of you. But for me, then, I went on a fumble that I was saying things that were totally irrelevant to what they were asking me. I landed my first job, and it was somewhere in Ikoyi. My family house then was in Ikorodu, so you can imagine what it's like going from Ikoyi to Ikorodu to work. So in that period, I had to move from Ikorodu, and I went to stay with my uncle in Sulere. So I was just managing life. My salary then, for my first job, my salary was, I think, 50,000 naira. And commuting from Sulere to Ikoyi on a monthly basis, I was spending almost 20,000 naira. That's I was spending, in fact, 22,000 naira so on just transportation. So it's more like, before the month has ended, I've actually spent half of my salary on transportation, food, so it's more like the salary was just, okay, thank you for coming. It's not like it was did I say thank you for coming? I'm sorry, guys. It was more like, okay, thanks for coming. It wasn't like I was going to have the money to take care of myself, like do my hair, get myself nice clothes. No, the money was nothing. And this was in 2015. Yeah, this was in 2015. Yeah, that's my first job, was actually in 2015. I was very lucky. I did that job for 3 months or even 4 months, and I got another opportunity somewhere. And the place where I got this opportunity at, it's somewhere that I've always wanted to work in. While I was in university, I wanted to study a course known as environmental economics, but sadly, no university in Nigeria was doing that course, so I opted for doing economics. So for economics, I couldn't even get direct admission for economics itself. So what I eventually got was economics education. So I'm actually a trained teacher and also an economist. So that's what I studied in school. Getting into my second employment opportunity. So my first job, I was working as an admin assistant in the office there. So I was helping them out with HR functions, and I was also doing admin roles and bit of social media for them at my first employment opportunity. So the second job which I got, it was as customer service. That was my role. And for me, moving from the admin role to customer service, initially I was nervous, when you're just starting a job newly. of course you're going to be nervous and thinking about how you're going to get used to this new role, meeting people, because the key thing with front desk is you need to know people, especially when you are dealing with internal customers and external customers, because you're gonna do basic admin role in front desk, just small admin role, and you're also going to need to be able to welcome the company's visitors and handle correspondences and whatever. Though the thing with the front desk role is you're basically doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again every day. Though most times the only challenges you might encounter might just having to deal with people who are rude to you. So when there are employment opportunities in a company, you might not even hear about it. So just see somebody, oh, the person comes to the office and they tell you, oh, I'm resuming today, trying to see you, and you've been trying to see if you could actually get in to other roles. And at this point where I was feeling like I wanted to move on to something else, I think I'd already been on the job. The first 1 year of the job, man, I loved it. It was amazing. The salary was also very good for someone who was just starting life and all, with no much responsibilities. So for the first 1 year, it was really amazing. The second year, as at 2016, it was also going on fine. When I started to get to 2 years on the job, I became tired of it. Because I think the reason why I became tired of it was because I knew that people who had been on that role before, once they had been on that role for a year and maybe 6 months or even 2 years or maybe sometimes 1 year, they moved them on to something else. But for me, I was on that job for 2 years. That was when I became restless. I started praying to God. I started asking God, God, what's next for me? I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do in my life. What course do I want to do? Would I want to be an economist? Would I want to go into finance? Would I want to be an admin person? I really didn't know what I was going to do in my life. I didn't know what direction to go. I didn't even know if to do, because lots of my friends then were doing CIPM, which is more like an HR course. So I didn't know whether to also join them in that lane too, and also do CIPM. So I was just really, really confused. So I started to apply for jobs in other companies. I would go for the interview, but somehow when it's the day for the interview, when I get there and I look at how the environment is, I can't move from where I am to go to somewhere lower. So I just stayed on there. So while I was still there, I was seeing people getting employed. People would just come on there and tell you, oh, I'm resuming today, and then you are there, you didn't even know they were employing. Even probably when they are even employing, they'll tell you, okay, because you are a contract staff or something like that, we won't be able to employ you because there are certain policies that has to do with your employment that says that you can only stay at this place. Though while at the beginning, at the stage of being employed at this front desk role, we were told that okay, while on this job, just know that there's literally no room for promotion. So it's a case of you do this job, when you're tired of it, you move on with your life. But me, I kept on believing God that, oh God, I know that even if they're telling me that there's no room for promotion, I can't desire to advance to other things, like other stages, other roles within the company. But that's what I was told. I kept on believing God that it was going to make a way for me. So guys, so fast forward to July, I think it was July, to July 2017, I had the dream. And in that dream, I saw that I was staying down at one of our offices, and then there was this email saying that okay, these 3 people were promoted and they got this role, and that role was when it's getting 2 times, do you know what it's like to get a double promotion? So it just looked like okay, I was getting double for the delay. That was what the dream was telling me. So I began to wonder, how is that even possible? I don't have any qualification, I don't have any experience. How is God going to make me go from just a front desk receptionist to something amazing? But I decided to just trust God. So I kept on hoping and banking on God. I kept on being steadfast. But then at some point I got weary because I now started to try to move things by my own strength, trying to speak to people for them to help you or intercede for you to help you get a better role. But somehow none of that ever worked. So eventually when I had already gotten to the point of, you know, whatever it is, I really don't care anymore. I was even considering even resigning from the job and just focusing on just my business alone. And then suddenly, someone someone called me and told me, okay, send me your CV. And I sent her my CV, and I got scheduled for the interview. And the interview was really tough, I must tell you. Like, the first interview was maybe just basic, but then the second interview was really tough, was very, very tough. So I felt that maybe I probably wouldn't get it from the way the interview, but I tried my best. I wouldn't say I didn't do. I tried my best, but it felt to me like, oh, I wasn't going to get it. Probably I didn't do well enough, because I saw other people did, from wherever, people with whatever places they came from and whatever experiences they have. You know, when you see people, especially when it's like in this interview setting, you start to feel intimidated that probably you're not good enough, or maybe what you did or what you said or the way you answered your questions were probably not good enough, or probably you were mumbling so much, probably didn't answer the questions excellently the way you were supposed to answer the question. But eventually, after the interview, and this interview happened sometime in 2020, like was it the beginning part of 2020? I think the beginning part of 2020, sometime around February. Yeah, I think it was sometime around February, or yeah, it was sometime around February, around January, February. That was when the interview happened. So after doing that, after doing the first and second interview, I didn't hear anything. Nobody got back to me. So I just felt that, okay, maybe they changed their mind and you're not going to employ for the role again. So later on, after like the whole lockdown situation had happened, and then all of a sudden I got an email telling me, oh, you've been scheduled for an interview. So there's going to be another interview, and this time around I was going to have an interview with certain people in the company. And unfortunately for me, one of the people that the interview was scheduled, like one of the people that was supposed to interview me, it was someone that, you know, maybe I had low-key been maybe sort of, when I say rude to her, I don't even know. You know the way women can be. We can just be annoying sometimes. Maybe that day my body was peppering me, and maybe just been naughty or something. I've been naughty to her before. So I felt like, oh God, why do you have to give me, why does it have to be this particular woman in question that has to interview me? So I felt like, well, that's it. I was probably not going to get the role and whatever. But eventually, on the day of the interview, I was being interviewed by this particular woman in question and one other man. And man, I just tried my best. I answered all the questions which I was asked, and she kept on asking questions. Like, she was just trying to, like, you know, see if she was, you know, the way an interviewer would, you know, she was trying to find out if she was going to find something like a loophole or something. But she kept on asking me, okay, would you be able to work well as a team? Would you blend well with people? Would you, like, you know, all those kind of questions. So even when the man was like, okay, why not take her, like, it's okay, doesn't have any more questions, he was still, like, you know, inquiring more, because of course I thought it was probably because of the situation I've had with her in the past. But funny enough, right now, like, she's like my second mom, like my big aunt in the office. But I thought that I wasn't going to get the opportunity because of her. But so guys, eventually I was scheduled for another interview, and this time around I was meeting my Ogagongo. So when I say luckily for me, my direct boss Gongo is someone that I've always liked her. Like, I've always liked the way she was in the office. Like, you know, all those people that you just look at from a distance and you just, you know, you just like them for probably because of the way they are gentle, the way they carry themselves, and she seems to be also very, very intelligent. You know, she was someone I've always liked from a distance. So getting the opportunity to work for her was going to be amazing, because of course I'd always liked her. So working for somebody that you like, of course, who wouldn't enjoy that? So guys, I interviewed with her. She of course asked me unexpected questions, asked me questions about, oh, what course did you study in school, like my master's degree. She even asked me about my project work, like she asked me unexpected questions, and at a point I was thrown off guard, but eventually I was able to answer the question. So guys, at the end of the day, guess what happened? I got the offer and I was employed. Let me just call this long story short, because man, your girl is not a talker. So the thing is, I had this dream in 2017, and it took 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. It took 3 years for this dream to materialize. And of course, the pay structure which I moved from was from, okay, probably earning like what I was earning before. When you multiply what I was earning before by, let's see, times 2, I think times 2, if you multiply what I was earning before times 2, or even almost times 3, that's probably what I'm now currently earning in my current day job. So of course, I would say that's a fulfillment of what God promised me. It's the manifestation of the dream that God showed me. So the essence of me making this video is, sometimes God might have shown you or promised you certain things, or you might be desiring something from God and praying to God and hoping that, oh God, when is this dream going to happen? When is this dream going to come to pass? And at the point, you might be getting to the point where you're almost like, losing hope and thinking that dream which God has shown you, or that thing that you desire, that you've been praying on God for, would never come to pass. But seriously, and you might even be trying to, use your own strength to force these things to happen. But somehow with me, when I try to use my strength to force things to happen, it never happened. Sometimes I feel like we just need to learn how to wait upon God, to be patient and allow God to do what He's going to do, because sometimes He would use people that you least expect to help you, to eventually help you. And whatever it is that God promises, is whatever promises God has made for us, His children, in our lives, is definitely going to manifest. It's just a case of we being patient and allowing Him lead us and guide us through his to the path which He desires for us in our life. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you got encouraged from watching this video, don't forget to like this video, share with your friends who might just need to hear my own story, so that it could encourage them and build their faith and help them to continually wait upon God for His promise to manifest in their life. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, share this video, like it, subscribe, share this video. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're almost 1,000 subscribers, guys, and hopefully we could start to tend towards getting to 2K subscribers. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.